Okay, welcome everyone to another episode of College and Career Pathways, where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m., we provide you with information on various colleges and universities, financial aid resources, technical schools, training programs, skilled trade professions, and career readiness skills, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I'm Tony Curitin, your host, and we are with Davenport University. Ella, thank you for joining us. Welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Do you want me to go ahead and get started then?
Absolutely. You go right ahead.
Perfect. Okay, I'm putting a link in the chat. So if I'm not sure if you have access to the chat, but it'll just kind of give you, if you fill that out, you'll get sent more information about Davenport after I'm done talking.
Okay.
And if anyone ever has any questions, feel free to interrupt me too, and I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Good deal. Good deal.
Awesome. All right. Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Ella Mabrito, and I'm from Davenport University. To give you a little background about myself, I actually got my undergraduate degree in Davenport I graduated in 2020, and I majored in marketing. So I got my bachelor's of business administration with a major in marketing, and now I'm currently in my master's program for technology management. So I'm very familiar with the university. So we're going to be covering a couple things here today. So we're going to kind of go over College 101, things that you guys can do right now to prepare yourself for continuing your education after high school, and then kind of what it's like to be a Panther at Davenport, and then your next steps. All right, so I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with early college credit, but I want to kind of touch on this because this is something you guys can focus on. I think it's super important, whether you're even like a senior, junior, no matter your age, it's important to kind of try to find different ways to get early college credit while you're still in high school. So there's a couple different ways that we offer it here at Davenport. So we do accept AP classes. I'm not sure if you do have AP classes, but with that, for at Davenport, we don't require you to take the AP test. You just have to get a B or better, and it'll count towards credit at Davenport. Then say you're really good at like English or math, you can try to test out of those classes with assessment testing. So assessment testing is kind of like a placement test where you can test out of the class, and that way you don't have to pay for the class or take it. And then any dual enrollment classes that you're taking, which we actually offer dual enrollment through Davenport, you can count that as well. And then any IB credits too, which is similar to AP classes. So some benefits of having early college credit while you're still in high school is you can either A, take like a lighter academic load. So instead of going like completely full-time maxing out your credits, you could take a couple classes less each semester, or you could take the max credits and graduate with a bachelor's degree in 3.5 years instead of 4. And you'll also save money. So no matter what route you do, you'll definitely save money because you won't have to pay for those classes. So it's saving you time and money, which we like. Awesome. Then talking about affording college. So there's a few different ways that you can look into helping you pay for tuition. So at Davenport, each student automatically receives an $5,000 scholarship that's renewable for every 4 years. I will touch on scholarships in the next slide, but then for grants. So if any of you are seniors looking to go to college next fall 2022, it's super important that you fill out your FAFSA. This is how you get financial aid through the government. One thing to note is since Davenport is a private university, we qualify for an additional grant called the MTG, or the Michigan Tuition Grant. And this is specific for private universities in Michigan. In order to be able to get this grant or considered for it, you have to have a private university in Michigan listed as your top choice on your FAFSA. Then at Davenport, we also offer discounts too. So Davenport is partnered with a couple different businesses throughout Michigan. And for example, I took advantage of the Bigby discount. So I worked at Bigby, I was an employee there, and Davenport has a partnership with Bigby. So since I was an employee of Bigby, I got 39% off my tuition. But we also have ones with like Lake Michigan Credit Union. So if you're a member there, you can get a percentage off your tuition, and a couple different businesses as well. If you look on our website, you can see the full list to see if you qualify for any of them. The only thing is you can't stack both the discount and the academic scholarship, so you have to do one or the other. Talking about scholarships a little bit more. So as I said, every admitted high school student automatically receives a $5,000 scholarship. And then the higher GPA you have, the higher scholarship you get. So if you have a 3.0 to a 3.49, you'll be bumped up to the Achievement Scholarship, which is a $6,500 scholarship and renewable for every 4 years you're a student. Then we have the Excellence Scholarship, which is an $8,000 scholarship, and that's for a 3.5 or higher. Again, you automatically qualify for that based off your GPA. And then if you have a 3.9 or higher, then you could possibly qualify for the President's Scholarship, which is 10,000 every 4 years. The only thing with the President's one, that is the only one on the left that you do have to apply for. So if you don't get the President's one, you do automatically qualify for the Excellence one as well. And while Davenport this year is not requiring SAT or ACT scores, if you did take the SAT and did really well on it, but maybe you have like a lower GPA, then you could possibly be bumped up to a higher scholarship based off your SAT score. We do have some competitive scholarships that you can apply for as well. So the three on the right, you'll see are all full tuition scholarships. So the top one does have a GPA and SAT requirement, but the bottom two do not have a GPA and SAT requirement. So any admitted student can apply for the bottom two scholarships and you could possibly earn full tuition, which is awesome. So you don't have to pay for anything for the whole 4 years you're a student here. And I know that senioritis is a real thing, but I highly recommend you guys just like carving an hour out of your week every week to apply for as many scholarships as you can, because so many people think like, oh, it's full tuition, I'm not going to get it because everyone's going to apply for it. But that is so wrong, because less people apply for it than you think. So highly recommend just taking the time to do so. Here at Davenport, all of our programs are career-focused curriculum. So instead of taking like a lot of gen ed classes, you're going to be taking classes that are specific to the career that you're going for and the jobs that you will be doing in the future. So we have a few different programs here at Davenport. So we have your undergraduate programs. We have the College of Business, College of Technology, College of Health Professions, College of Arts and Science, and College of Urban Education. So with all of these colleges, we offer online and in-seat, and then there's 60 plus programs available. So when I was a student, I kind of liked a mixture of both online and in-seat. So I took half online and half in-seat, but you can do whatever is most flexible for you. Kind of touching on the College of Business. So for the College of Business, no matter what major you are, each major for the undergraduate degrees is going to be doing the Business of Excellence courses. And that's kind of like the gen eds Davenport does. So even as a marketing major, I was still taking accounting 1 and 2. I took finance, I took human resource, I took management. And then after you finish those Business of Excellence courses, then like your junior and senior year, you'll take the marketing specific classes if that was your major, which I really like, because then it's kind of nice if you want business but are kind of undecided what major. You can see what classes you excel the most in and what you enjoy, and then pick your major off of that. We do offer employment guarantee with the accounting and finance majors, meaning that Davenport guarantees within 6 months of graduating that you will have a job in your career field. And with the accounting, Davenport does offer an accounting honors program. So this is where you can get both your bachelor's and your master's within 5 years. Awesome. Then touching on the College of Technology. So with this, we have undergraduate degrees, certificates, and associate's degrees. So I know on the last slide, we kind of saw the associate's degrees as well. If you're thinking like, yes, I want to go to college, but I don't know if I want to get a full bachelor's degree, there's definitely other options out there for you. So the certificates take about a year, whereas like associate's degree to take about 1.5 to 2 years. For the College of Technology, we offer employment guarantee with a few different programs. So this is for the computer information systems, computer science, cyber defense, and network management and security. All of those programs offer employment guarantee. And then with both the College of Technology and the College of Business, you're going to be completing an internship within your degree. So each student is required to do one internship or hands-on experiential learning. When I was a student, I actually did 4 different internships just because I wanted to be able to find what I liked and didn't like. And all my professors were so helpful with finding me different opportunities. So you are required to do one, but take advantage of any opportunity that comes to you, because it'll help you build your resume and kind of see where you want to take your future.
Ella, how long does the internships last?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it really depends on what type of internship you're doing and the business that you're doing it for. All of mine typically lasted for like a semester. So I had one that lasted like 3 months, and then one that I did all summer, one that I did from like spring to winter. But then, for example, my friend who was an accounting major did like a 12-month rotation internship. So she did different departments like every 3 months. So it really depends what internship you do, but they're great because for her example, she actually got offered a full-time position at her company after the internship and was able to see which department she fit best in. Great question. Thank you for asking. Awesome. Then for the College of Health Professions, so something I want to point out with this is our nursing program. So if anyone's interested in nursing, here at Davenport, we have a great nursing program. So it's a 4-year program, but as soon as you're accepted into the program, then you automatically get to start your freshman year. So after your freshman year, you have 4 years, and then you'll be completely done. Your sophomore year, you're already starting in clinicals where you're working in hospitals, working with patients, doing a lot of hands-on experience. So you do clinicals your sophomore, junior, and senior year. Davenport is partnered with about 6 different hospitals throughout like Grand Rapids. So you'll get experience working with different patients, different like fields. So there's like a mental health rotation, there's like elderly rotation. So you can again kind of see what you like and don't like in nursing. And then with that, we also offer the employment guarantee as well. So the 6 months after graduation, we guarantee that you'll have a job as a nurse. And then Davenport has sim labs. So all of our nursing students will work in these sim labs that instead of like a classroom, it looks like an actual hospital. And they have these little like mannequins that can do everything that an actual patient can do. So they can have broken limbs, they have heartbeats, they can have like temperatures, and they can even give birth. It's honestly kind of creepy, but it's nice because then you can make the mistakes on the patients in the classroom. So hopefully you don't make them in real life. But I say it's creepy because I'm not a medical student, but it's really cool to check out. So if you ever wanted to, you can definitely come and take a tour and see the sim labs. All right, then for our College of Arts and Science. So if anyone is thinking about wanting to go to like a pre-med school or get like a good pre-med degree, a good degree for that at Davenport is our biolab science degree. This is awesome if anyone's thinking about continuing their education to be like a doctor, a PA, a vet, a PT, any route that you go with it. It's kind of nice because you have flexibility with that too. So you can get a job right after this bachelor's degree, or you can continue your education and apply for graduate school. Then we do have a social work degree as well. And this degree is kind of unique because we're partnered with Kuiper College for it. So you take half classes at Davenport and half classes at Kuiper College to get this degree. And then you actually have like a dual bachelor's degree when you graduate. All right, now that we talked about academics, time to talk about the fun stuff. So for campus life, we have 75 plus teams, clubs, and organizations. So when I was a student, I did BPA, DECA, American Marketing Association, and then the Honor Society. BPA and DECA are kind of like business and tech competitions, but any student can do them. I got to go to like California and Florida with the university. We got to compete nationally, met a lot of cool people. We got to go to Disney World for free. So like, who doesn't love that, right? But outside of competitive teams, we have some fun clubs too. So if anyone likes to watch Netflix, we have a Netflix watching club at Davenport. Or if anyone likes to play video games, we have a gamers union. And if there is anyone on here that likes to play video games, we actually have an esports team that is recruiting and offering scholarships to competitively play video games. So definitely something to take a look at. And then touching about athletics, so we do have additionally 22 varsity sports, 11 non-varsity sports, and 7 spirit teams. If you're interested in playing a sport here at Davenport, you can go to our athletics page, which is DU Panthers, and then you can click on the sport you're interested in playing, and then they'll say recruitment questionnaire. Click on that, fill it out, and if the coach is interested, they will contact you. But say maybe you don't really like to play sports, but you like to watch sports, all students get to attend any home game for free, which is kind of cool. So if it's like a Friday night and you and your roommates are bored, you can just like head over to the basketball game and do something to get involved. Speaking about roommates, so living on campus. So this is a little diagram of our South Hall, which is our freshman residential hall. It's a little different than normal freshman dorms. So instead of like just one room, it's more of an apartment style living where it's a 4-bedroom unit. You get your own personal bedroom, has like a lock and everything. So you have that privacy. As you can see, there's a bathroom on both sides. So you only have to share a bathroom with one other student. Double sinks on the end. So girls, when you're getting ready in the morning, you don't have to fight over the bathroom. Then there's a little microwave, a mini fridge, heating, AC that you can control with you and your roommates. And then there's not a full kitchen, so all students do have to purchase the unlimited meal plan, but then that gives you access to the dining hall downstairs and you can swipe in and out as many times as you want. And with that unlimited meal plan, you also get $75 to spend either at the Panther Den, which is more of like a made to order restaurant, or the Hub, which is Davenport's own coffee shop, which I personally think is even better than Starbucks. So that's saying a lot. Awesome. And then if any of you are interested in taking a tour of campus, we do offer walk and talk tours, which is kind of like student-led tours on Tuesdays at 2 and Fridays at 10 and 2. And these are really nice because you also get to eat in the dining hall for free. So who doesn't love free lunch, right? Right. But if none of those times or days work, you can always reach out to one of these the admissions reps like myself, and we can give you a personalized tour of campus. Then kind of going over the support team you have right here at Davenport. So like I said, I'm an admissions rep, so we'll help you with like the whole application process. And as soon as you apply, someone will reach out to you, kind of talking to you about your next steps. Then in like the spring/summer, you'll meet your advisor. Nice thing is your advisor is your advisor all the way until you graduate. And they're specific to your major, or if you're an athlete, they'd be specific to you as well. My advisor really got to know me, which I liked. She knew I was not a morning person, so she never scheduled me for 8 a.m. classes because I would not show up for them. But if you are a morning person, you could take all of the 8 a.m. classes your heart desires. It's nice because they'll really like help you out, whether you want online and seat. There was a class, an elective that I took, and I was like, why am I in this class? So I reached out to her, and the day before, or the day of classes started, she switched me into a new class, like right like that. So it's really nice, and they're super helpful. And then I spoke a little bit earlier about FAFSA. If you're filling out FAFSA and have some questions, or maybe you're confused about what you're being awarded, you can definitely reach out to us admissions representatives. But we have financial aid counselors who are experts in FAFSA, and you can schedule one-on-one meetings with them, and they'll help walk you through the process. Then here at Davenport, we do have a smaller class size. So we have about a 13-to-1 student to professor ratio, meaning the biggest class size you're going to be in is about 30 students, where the smaller class sizes is going to be about 6 to 10, which sounds kind of crazy, but I always say it like forces you to participate, but in a good way. So you're doing a lot more like hands-on projects, classroom discussion. So I remember I took a consumer behaviors class, which was about like the psychology of marketing. And like our class was like debating like for like 30 minutes about which font was better for this consumer. And it was really cool to kind of like hear different opinions and hear from like actual people who have experienced these roles. And then we do have a career service department as well. So as soon as you apply and get admitted, you can start using them. Their motto is come early, come often, which I wish I would have used them even earlier. If you're kind of undecided about what you want to do, they have a Pathway U test that you can take, which is kind of like a personality test, and it'll show you different careers and programs that you would be good at, and you can sit down with a career coach and go through those options. Then they also help you with everything from like resume building. So I was a marketing student, so my resume was like super fun and colorful, and they're like, okay, let's change this up a little bit and make it a little more professional. And then so they helped me with that. Then they also helped me practice for interviews. So I showed them like an internship I was applying for, and they'd be like, okay, these are the types of questions that will be asked. This is how you answer them. And then we sat down and actually did a mock interview. Nice thing too is you have them for life. So even like 30 years down the road, say you decide to go to nursing and you're like killing it as a nurse for 30 years and you're like, I want to take like the next step and manage a team of nurses. You could come back to Davenport, talk to one of your career coaches, and go through the steps of how you can get to that next level in your career. All right, then touching on your next step. So if you are interested in coming to Davenport, we actually have a free application. It's a pretty simple application if you do it right through our website. So you can go to davenport.edu/apply. And then once you apply again, an admissions representative will reach out to you, but you'll want to send over your transcripts. You can do this by requesting them through parchment.com or just having a counselor send them over to Davenport. And then make sure you guys fill out FAFSA, even if you're not thinking about Davenport, super, super important to fill out FAFSA to see if you can get any financial aid. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Well, there's a few questions in the chat.
Yeah.
It's one of them says, are intern programs paid or college credit?
That is a great question. So, like the business and tech majors, you are required to do one internship. So that would be for college credit. And then if it's paid or not depends on the internship itself in the business. So I had out of the four I did, three of them were paid. And then my fourth wasn't. And that's because I worked for a nonprofit. So they typically don't pay. They have like unpaid interns, but I was able to count it for college credit.
Good deal. And then the next question was, how much is tuition?
Yeah, that's a great question. Again, we are credit-based tuition here at Davenport, so it depends on how many credits you're taking, but it's about 836 per credit hour.
Okay, good deal. You guys have any other questions for Ella that you want to type in? I had a question
Yeah.
regarding the pupil to student to professor ratio. You said roughly about 30-1. So then when students have difficulty in classes, what kind of resources or what kind of recourse do they have to help them through their difficulty and be successful in that particular class that they're taking?
Yeah, great question. So our student to professor ratio is actually 13-1. So the biggest class size you would be in is 30 students, and that'll be like your English and math. But a lot of my major classes, I only had like 6 or 10 students in. All of the professors are super, super helpful. So they really just want to see students succeed. They have office hours set aside. If you ever have any questions, they're very tentative of helping you understand the material and setting aside time to work with you through that. We also have a tutoring center. So it's student led, which is kind of nice. So maybe you might like be struggling with the professor's teaching style. You can meet with a student who's already taken the class, and the tutoring's 24/7 online or in person. So I always recommend students sign up for tutoring their first semester, even if they don't think they'll need it, just that way you can kind of get a head start on that.
Absolutely. That's great advice because when you enter in that college environment of learning, it really is a different animal, you know. Even if you've taken all AP classes in high school, once you enter into that college level, it's just totally different, you know.
Very different, yes.
So, you guys, any more questions? Hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well then, thank you so much, Ella. It was a
Yeah.
great presentation. You guys have an awesome program, and I appreciate your time. And maybe we can do it for next semester students.
Yeah, definitely. Feel free to reach out. Thanks for letting me come.
Good deal, good deal. Thank you everybody for joining, and everybody have a great rest of your day.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.